So the Legion is not a traditional Latin Mass organization. It's not something that belongs to the FSSP or anything like that. But the idea of the Latin Mass just fits in so well. A number of the terms that are used in the Legion are straight Latin. So for example, we call our group the Presidium, which is a Latin word meaning like a small fighting force in the Roman Legion. We also have that prayer that we have to say every day as active legionaries called the Catena, which means chain. There's Latin phrases all over our tessera, which is another Latin word. It's a Latin word that means token, which is a symbol of our membership in the Legion. So one thing that we're blessed to do at St. Benedict's, basically the Legion, whatever work they do is what's assigned by the pastor. What the pastor says, I want you to do this work. And a number of us at St. Benedict, I think everybody is passionate about the Latin Mass. We really love it. We really find it as a means of our sanctification, a means to get closer to God. So in our works, we're able to go out and we're able to share the beauty of the Latin Mass with people. We pass out a number of booklets that talk about how beneficial the Latin Mass is, some of the symbolism that happens in it. At our Mary table, we purposely look for people that are unfamiliar to us because I'm not a native to the Latin Mass. The first time I went, it was a very, very strange experience for me. It wasn't a very pleasant experience. I wasn't even sure if I went to Mass. I was very confused. And at this point, I was discerning whether I'd call to be a priest. I was a Novus Ordo Catholic. And the experience of Latin Mass and going through that, a lot of our members in the Legion have had that because they weren't born and raised with the Latin Mass. They are sort of converts, if you will, to the Latin Mass, or just coming into it. So it's a great way where we can share the beauty of the Latin Mass. And again, the Legion was founded in 1921. So whenever this happened, the Latin Mass was all there was in the Western Church. And another way that we've been able to share the beauty of the Latin Mass is we have a yearly meeting of the Legion of Mary. It's called the Acias, which is another Latin word. It means an army gathered in battle array, Acias. So what we do is we bring all the different legionaries from all the parishes in the area. So for us, that would go all the way up to Williamsburg, Virginia Beach, and I guess as far west as Chesapeake. And I think it's somewhere around 10 parishes came together for two separate occasions to experience the Acias, where we were able to have the Latin Mass in the actual ceremony and expose people to Latin Mass. And everybody just commented on how beautiful it was, how reverent it was. There's this sense of the faithful that whenever you're close to Mary, you're going to be close to the Blessed Sacrament. And we see the Latin Mass in particular that people have a strong belief in all the doctrines and dogmas of the Church. They believe in the real presence. So it seems to me that the Legion of Mary should be very strong at St. Benedict's because we have a very strong sense of the faith, and it just takes off anywhere that is. So even though it's not a direct, promoter of the Latin Mass, it promotes people to become Catholic. It helps us to grow in our holiness. We at St. Benedict's definitely do our part to help by letting people know about the Latin Mass and inviting them to come into it.